nurse smiled, handed me my discharge papers, and whispered,
"You'll never make it past the front gate."
At first, I thought she was joking. By sunrise, I realized nobody had escaped St. Mercy Hospital in decades. Imagine surviving the worst day of your life, believing the nightmare is finally over, only to discover it has just begun. We all trust hospitals to heal us. But what if the safest place you've ever known refused to let you leave? Before this night ended, I'd witness a patient disappear moments before discharge, uncover a hospital rule nobody was allowed to question, and discover why every clock inside St. Mercy stopped at exactly 3:17 a.m. I woke to the smell of antiseptic and fresh coffee. A cheerful nurse pulled back the curtain and smiled.
"Good morning, Mr. Brooks. The doctor says you'll be discharged tomorrow."
I frowned.
Tomorrow? You told me that yesterday.
"No,
She said gently.
you only arrived last night."
My phone showed Thursday. My memory insisted it was Friday. Someone was wrong. I just didn't know who. Across the hall, an elderly man packed his belongings with trembling excitement. Nurses applauded as he signed his discharge papers. His daughter hugged him through tears. They walked toward the main entrance together. Minutes later, I looked outside. The parking lot was empty. The daughter stood alone beside her car, crying uncontrollably. When I asked where her father had gone, she stared at me in confusion.
"My father died 6 months ago."
She whispered. That afternoon, curiosity led me into a section of the hospital marked Authorized Personnel Only. The hallway was deserted. Every office door stood open except one. Inside, a thick binder rested on an old wooden desk. Its title read, Patient Retention Protocols. Rule number 1 was highlighted in red. Never tell a patient what happens beyond the front gate. Before I could turn the page, someone quietly closed the office door behind me. The office door locked behind me with a soft click. I spun around, but nobody was there. When I looked back at the desk, another file had appeared beside the protocol binder. My name was printed across the cover. Daniel Brooks. Patient since April 14th, 2009. My hands went numb. That couldn't be right. I had been admitted yesterday after a car accident.
How could I be?
I opened the file. Inside were hundreds of daily medical reports, all bearing my signature. Every single page ended with the same sentence. Patient continues believing he arrived yesterday. I shoved the file into my jacket and slipped back into the hallway. A janitor pushing an old cleaning cart glanced at the folder, and his face drained of color. He grabbed my arm and whispered,
"If they know you've seen that file, they'll move you to Ward C."
I asked where Ward C was. His grip tightened.
"That's the problem,"
He said.
"It isn't on any map."
Before I could ask another question, 2 nurses rounded the corner. The janitor immediately smiled, wished me a pleasant recovery, and walked away as if we'd never spoken. That night, I decided to leave without telling anyone. I followed the glowing exit signs until they led me to the hospital's massive front entrance. The automatic doors slid open. Cool night air rushed inside. I smiled for the first time since arriving. Then I stepped outside and stopped. There was no city, no road, no parking lot. Beyond the hospital entrance stretched an endless blanket of white fog. I threw a stone into it. I never heard it land. A voice spoke behind me.
Most people run the first time they see it.
I turned to find an old man sitting calmly in a wheelchair. His hospital wristband was faded almost white with age. He smiled without looking surprised.
I've been here 43 years,
he said.
Tomorrow, they'll tell me I'm finally going home.
He pointed toward the fog.
The people who walk into that always come back.
Then he leaned closer and whispered the words that stole every ounce of hope I had left.
The hospital isn't keeping us inside.
He paused.
It's protecting us from what's waiting outside.